Chapter 31 3-years-old couple 15. In fact, he didn't need to find time. The news came out the next day. Her parents and brother already knew, excitedly called, she explained for a long time. The third day she brought him to meet her family. Facing elders, especially the elders of the person he likes, his performance is still very outstanding. Yuhi's parents are both ordinary people. For their daughter's other half, the biggest requirement is also to truly love her, and will not let her suffer. Hwang Taekyung grew up well, character is considered as before, performance is also very good, strong ability to make money, they are naturally very satisfied. Most importantly, their daughter likes him, as parents mostly follow the child's wishes. Also he, because to care, was scared by what she said. Met the girl's family patriarch, he immediately contacted his own father, made an appointment for each other in his spare time, and brought her together to fly to France to see his parents. His father is a famous commander, his later wife is also a musician, a very gentle person, treating Hwang Taekyung and Nan Hoa very harmoniously, but also very clearly not interfering in Hwang Taekyung's matters. Nan Hoa could feel that Hwang's father was actually not very satisfied with her, perhaps because his first wife was someone from the entertainment industry, so he had a bad impression, but in the end he didn't say anything, and even told Hwang Taekyung that if he decided to get married, he must treat his wife well. The following year, under the witness of both parents, Hwang Taekyung and Nan Hoa held a warm and low-key wedding in a small church in Europe. In attendance were only the representatives of both sides' directors and Angel members, in addition to close friends and relatives. The pastor said, "Now, the groom can kiss the bride." Hwang Taekyung lifted the white silk, reverently kissed her lips. The two people's love, announcement, proposal, live broadcast, everyone knew about the relationship, but in the end, the wedding was low-key without any news, until a few years later, Nan Hoa achieved the film queen, had turned to behind-the-scenes production person Hwang Taekyung holding a little handsome boy's hand appeared on the screen, everyone then woke up. It turned out, these past few years, the two people who were rumored to have broken up countless times, in fact had already quietly married and had children. Nan Hoa stood on the stage holding the trophy. "Finally, I want to thank one person." Hwang Taekyung. The crowd was noisy. Nan Hoa laughed, "I want to thank myself." Ha ha ha. On screen, Hwang Taekyung was not happy and pouted, but could not help but indulgently smile. Nan Hoa continued to say her winning thoughts. "I want to thank myself. At the time when I was almost blinded by the glory of fame, I promptly sobered up, remembered my original intention, resolutely gave up the female lead role, and chose the most correct path, thanked me myself, did not give up on the road, and finally came here step by step. Finally. I want to thank that person who had waited for a long time, waiting for me to mention him." The whole school laughed loudly. "Thank you for supporting me, supporting my own decisions, respecting my own choices, even when we were so busy that we couldn't fulfill our parental responsibilities, you sacrificed yourself to fulfill me." Nan Hoa, who was so excited that she couldn't even shed tears, suddenly burst into tears. She immediately wiped her tears, smiling as she looked towards Hwang Taekyung's position. "Thank you, dear. Also, I love you guys." During that period of time, Nan Hoa had been on maternity leave for more than a year, and with great difficulty returned to her career, which had just begun to flourish. She had exhausted all her energy to become the female lead in this film. Hwang Taekyung was also busy with his own work, and the child at home had not seen his parents for several days, especially Nan Hoa, who was locked up in the film crew. Hwang Taekyung, because of his childhood experience, was very sensitive to this kind of thing. Since before he had a child, he had been determined to give his child a complete family, but Nan Hoa did not want to become a housewife who gave up her career. The two of them fell into the biggest conflict since they got married. In the end, Hwang Taekyung took a step back, reduced his own work, brought the child with him every day, often accompanied their son to visit the film crew, until the filming ended. When getting off the stage, Hwang Taekyung hugged their son and stood below the stage, waiting until she came down, tightly hugging her. Nan Hoa also hugged him and son back. "Hwang big head, later don't say again when you propose to me, I was not moved to cry. I have returned it all today." Hwang Taekyung snorted, Who did you just say? Who said I waited for so long? And you are to inform me? You guys? You are to tell your son. Nan Hoa was amused by his childish calculation. You and son, I said love you right? The son inside looked at her, then looked at him. One person on one side of the face kissed. Daddy, mommy, I love you both. Every day the two people fought verbally, both were warmly laughed by their son, one by the son's side. Yes. Father and mother also love you. Several decades later, Nan Hoa, in the world of various movie fans, mourned calmly and returned to the underworld. At this time, Huang Taekyung left before her. The days without Huang Taekyung, she finally experienced the feeling of her previous two lovers, as if her soul was also taken away by half. For a long period of time, no matter what she did, she was not comfortable. But Nan Hoa is willing like this. It is better than them being alone, and herself slowly being drawn out of feelings straight to the point of not being aware of the ripples and entering another person's life, even if this world is heard to be all an illusion. Yu-hee still stands in the same place waiting for her. Alright, I admit, you are more powerful than me. The little girl still arrogantly raised her head, but the regret in her expression could not be hidden. You can manage Huang Big Head tightly, and also chase away Gomi Nio, this hateful dead little white rabbit. I am very satisfied. Nan Hoa looked at her tolerantly. That was all fate, you know, I never intentionally did these things. Yu-hee was looked at by her seemingly all-seeing gaze, and felt a little uncomfortable, pulling her sleeve. Okay. It's my fault, I used all my thoughts and went astray. You see, in the next life I will definitely be better than you. Nan Hoa smiled and nodded. Yes. I believe you. I wish you happiness in the next life. Yu-hee hesitated a bit, threw down a sentence that was almost inaudible. Thank you. In the blink of an eye, she was gone. Nan Hoa looked at that figure and smiled. Turning her head back to look at the surrounding pressure, she discovered that the space around her had grown a little larger, and the negative emotion that brought her the feeling of oppression was also slightly smaller than the previous. Not knowing whether it was an illusion or not, she once again saw a ray of gold appear in the white light surrounding her. However, this place was still very uncomfortable. She calmly lowered her mind and listened to the surrounding request, pointing in a certain direction.